If you're looking for mobile internet that acts as close as possible to what you're used to in your home or office, this video is for you. Come along with us and we'll tell you what your options are. Hi, my name's Erik with MobileMustHave.com, and as of today, as the filming of this video, we've helped over 50,000 RVers get connected with reliable mobile internet at MobileMustHave.com. The most common thing we hear from customers or potential customers when they come and talk to us is, I've done a ton of research and I'm more confused than ever. The last video I did on this topic that has, I think, over 100,000 views, which is a lot for an e-commerce channel, I said the exact same thing in the intro, which was, that's the most common thing. People just get overwhelmed with all the choices. MobileMustHave.com has taken a lot of the guesswork out of what to pick by developing what we call mobile internet bundles. We bundle together everything our customers need into a comprehensive solution, along with the instructions and the support needed to get you online. Today's video is going to be an overview of those bundle options so that you can kind of get a clear understanding of which option is best for you. Before we get started on what the options are, I want to give you a little bit of my background as the founder of MobileMustHave.com. So I started my first tech company back in 2000, about 23 years ago. It's kind of crazy to even say that out loud. What we did in that first company is we provided IT support and infrastructure services for mostly banks, hedge funds, private equity. These were financial services institutions that needed reliable connectivity and access to the internet, which then connected them to the stock market. That company was then sold. I started another company in 2009. We grew that company up and it was eventually sold and acquired by the 5th largest IT support company in the country. Now, when I hit the road back in 2015, my business partners and folks thought I was crazy. They did not think I was going to be able to work from the road reliably. So it was super important that I had technology with me that was going to make sure that I could get my job done. What we found when we did research on everything that was kind of marketed towards the RV community and RV space is most of that stuff was very consumer grade. Low-end componentry, stuff that was designed to kind of keep the price down, but sadly that also meant keeping the quality down. And none of it was up to snuff in terms of what I needed in terms of rock solid, reliable internet. Mobile Must Have was born. That is really where the concept of this company came from. I said, you know what? I have a feeling people are going to hit the road and they're going to want to be able to work and play from the road like they're at home. You'll always and often find that commercial devices like the Peplink routers we have here are always a step or two behind the latest and greatest thing you're hearing about from, Wired or PC Mag or whatever. And the reason for that is because when those things come out, the standards, just like cellular 5G, they haven't really been adopted yet. The stuff's kind of still being invented and the testing really hasn't occurred yet. So they tend to guinea pig those technologies in the consumer market, and they're selling it to the consumers and they're kind of figuring out what works and doesn't work with the consumer at that time. Commercial companies that are working with police, ambulance, fire, military, they're not going to mess around with stuff that's bleeding edge like that because they're going to have problems for their customers. So that's why you'll typically see these guys hold back a generation on the technology for certain things because they want to make sure that what they're selling you is really, really going to work. One last note before we get started on the bundles, just be careful where you pick this stuff up from. If you're looking at products like the Peplink products that we sell, we have seen quite a few copycat resellers pop up from time to time claiming to do everything that we do, claiming to offer unlimited technical support, etc. But when you dig into those companies, you often find that they don't have the IT background and the bench strength to really offer you guys the support that you need with a product that is this complex. So just be careful. There are some good resellers out there. We're not the only place to pick this stuff up from. Just make sure you're getting this from somebody who has the ability to provide you the support, not just on the product, but who also understands the mobile internet community and what you're facing when you're out there on the road with all of those different variables. If you're looking at products outside of the Peplink ecosystem, that is fine, but make sure you kind of keep an eye on the brands that you're looking at and try to stick with a company that has a brand name. We're seeing a lot of companies come up with these routers that are essentially black boxes with no names on them, and they typically are also tying high capacity gigabyte data plans into them. They oftentimes are referring to them as eSIM or reseller plans, and some of them are okay. Some of them we've tested, we test everything, especially because we are in partnership with the Mobile Internet Resource Center, and our members have access to not only the stuff we sell, but information about all mobile internet products through the Mobile Internet Resource Center. So we have to know about it, and we want to sell our customers what works best. But some of these eSIM products that we're seeing, and we're testing some that are great, but some of them we're finding are routing customers' internet traffic through very suspicious places that are outside of the US. What are they doing with that traffic? Maybe nothing. Maybe they're looking at that information and then in that data, and maybe that's part of how they're providing lower cost internet solutions because they're potentially making money with that data or that information. Maybe not. Maybe I'm being crazy. But just be careful out there. If you work with a reputable company, a company that you know, that you trust, if you're working with a reputable name brand that has to worry about security, you're going to be in a safer spot. Now, again, that's not to say those, low-cost kind of black boxes that don't have names on them are terribly bad, but just know that your internet traffic might be going somewhere and being shared with somebody that you may not want that to be shared with. Here at mobilemustHave.com, to make things easier for customers, we've created lanes inside of our bundles, or we're kind of like their model designations. Just like when you look at a car, maybe you like the Toyota Camry, or maybe you like the Honda Accord, or maybe you like the F-150 pickup truck. So our bundles are very similar. We have a couple different designations, and they each do different things. As we start to go into the bundle options, I might start referring to some technical terminology. If I say a Cat20 modem, 5G, Wi-Fi 6. These are all technical terms that you may not know what they mean, and that's okay. We have a separate educational video that will go through all of the basics of kind of what the terminology is, how the technology works, and that'll help you really kind of understand which one of these might be best for you. So we're going to link that right there. That's your educational video. You can go ahead and hop through that video. We actually recommend you watch first if you're really new to mobile internet, but you can also follow along with this video now and write down some questions about stuff that you don't understand what I say, and that video is probably going to answer it. Between the two, you're going to have all the information you need to make an informed decision. All right, so I've rearranged things a little bit to hopefully make things simpler. So let's kind of talk about from the entry-level bundles all the way through the model lineup. It's not necessarily linear, but we'll talk about it, kind of what the target customer is in each of these bundle designations. Starting with the full-timer bundle. The full-timer bundle, you don't have to be a full-timer, but it was designed for folks, maybe they're retired, maybe they're out just on the weekends, maybe they're out a couple months out of the year. It doesn't really matter how much they're out, but they want reliable internet, but they might not necessarily be working from the road or needing like the absolute fastest possible download speeds. They just want reliable internet connectivity. They don't want to be IT people. They don't want to constantly be rebooting stuff, trying to figure out why it's not working. And they just want it to work like, basically like home internet. Can I watch Netflix? Can I browse the web? Can I do my basic stuff? Can I do chat? Can I do Facebook? Can I do all those things? Can I make sure all of my devices, 10, 15, 20 devices can all connect up to it? It's technically rated for up to 50 devices. That's the full-timer. The full-timer is our entry-level bundle that blends value and performance. Now, the full-timer is a single cellular modem device, which means it has one cellular connection. All of our bundles have this WAN port, so you can add Starlink down the road if you want to add a second internet source to the device. But from a cellular perspective, you have a minimum of two SIM card slots on every modem, full-timer included, but you're only going to be able to use one of those at a time. So you can connect to any carrier, AT&T, Verizon, T-Mobile, Google Fi, whatever you can connect to, but you're going to be limited to one connection that can be used at a time. in addition to that WAN port, if you want to add that for Starlink, then you would have 2 connections. So full timer is really, it's that blend of value with single cellular modem connectivity and good performance. Great modem for folks that just want to get connected and don't really want to worry about the technology. Next, we're going to talk about the Speed Demon bundle. And as the name may have told you, it's going to be faster. So the Speed Demon is still a single modem device, but it's stepping up the performance of that cellular modem that's inside of the device. So when you look at the Speed Demons, you may see a Speed Demon X, and look at what that is. It could be a 5G, it could be something else. I don't want to get into model designations because this video will likely outlast the models that are available right now, but the point is the Speed Demon is about a one cellular connected device with the fastest possible cellular module in it available at the time. So the Speed Demon, again though, still single connected device with those multiple, this one having 2 SIM card slots back here, but you're connecting to one cellular connection at a time, and you're getting the fastest possible connection to that one connection with the Speed Demon. The Speed Demon's really popular for vloggers, for folks that have, to do a lot of big downloads and big uploads, folks that maybe are streaming a lot of content all at the same time. They've got multiple TVs and they want to watch 3 or 4 different Netflix shows all at the same time. The Speed Demon is a really good choice. If you're doing voice over IP work, or meaning like you're on video conferencing calls and you're doing a lot of mobile work, I would probably say you want to kind of keep listening for the next bundles. The Speed Demon is ultra fast, but it's kind of like a sports car, we kind of call it. It's like 2-wheel drive. It does that one modem really fast, really well, but you're reliant on that single cellular connection for connectivity, and if it drops out or has a problem, you could lose that Zoom call. So we'll talk about the next bundles next. But again, Speed Demon has that WAN port. You can plug in Starlink or an additional external internet source there, as well as Wi-Fi as WAN. If none of these terms make sense, hop over to the educational video. And that Wi-Fi as WAN will let you connect to public Wi-Fi as well. So Speed Demon, single, ultra-fast cellular connection with a lot of options and flexibility. Next, we're going to talk about the Road Warrior, or often also known as the Ultimate Road Warrior. Ultimate really just means it has more bells and whistles. Maybe it's a little bit faster designation. So what's the deal with the Road Warrior, Ultimate Road Warrior bundles? Anything that has the Road Warrior designation is going to have more than one cellular connection available at the time of purchase embedded inside of the device. So our Ultimate Road Warrior at the time of this filming, again, this could change, models change. This has 2 cellular modems embedded inside of the device, and you can connect to 2 different cell carriers at the same time. So you could have Verizon and AT&T or T-Mobile all loaded up, any 2 that you pick into this device, and you can use them simultaneously at the same time. And you can then bond them together into a single unified connection. And what that means is that if any of your connections go down, as long as you have some other connections still available, that Zoom call that you're on is not going to drop. And also if, for instance, a connection gets unhealthy or something has a problem, you're going to stay connected. And this is why we call it the Ultimate, or the Road Warrior, the Ultimate Road Warrior. It's because they have more than one connection to the cellular provider. Now again, there's your WAN port, plug in Starlink. Now you're combining Starlink plus cellular modem 1 plus cellular modem 2. These also support that Wi-Fi WAN to connect out to public Wi-Fi. So in a scenario like this with this Ultimate Road Warrior, you'd have 2 simultaneous cell connections. You could have up to 2 additional simultaneous connections to external Wi-Fi like campground Wi-Fi, or maybe you just connect to your cell phone hotspot. You could do that as well, bring in your hotspot for a 3rd cellular connection, and then you could plug in your Starlink up here. So now you're like 1, 2, 3, 4 connections, all with this single device out, potentially up to 3 cellular connections plus the Starlink, 4 connections, all bonded into one unified connection. Now, this is why we call these like the 4x4 of mobile internet. You're starting to really see, you know what? Any single connection that I have can go down. I don't care. I'm staying on my work call. So who are these really, really good fits for? These are our road warriors. These are the people that they're traveling a lot, they have to stay connected. They're okay with the fact that they may need to purchase more than one cellular data plan and more than one high gigabyte cellular data plan, because for them, connectivity is key. They need to stay connected. Ultimate Road Warrior 5G, this steps up and basically is two of these. So now we're taking two ultra fast 5G modems and we're bringing it into Ultimate Road Warrior 5G. There might be a new version by the time you're watching this video. That's okay. Every single listing page will have a dedicated video for that bundle. It'll go into the specific nitty-gritty of that bundle and all of the technology terminology. But the Ultimate Road Warrior 5G, as the filming of this, has two integrated 5G ultra-fast modems, two WAN ports up here, so you could plug in two Starlinks if you wanted to, or T-Mobile Home Internet or whatever else you want, a bunch of other WAN ports. This is a monster, but price goes up as features and performance goes up. But the key, what we're talking about right now, is Road Warrior, Ultimate Road Warrior. These are your four-wheel drive vehicles. Multiple connections, multiple traction points to make sure that you can always stay connected. So a minimum of two cellular modems on the Ultimate Road Warrior and Road Warrior bundles. Last, let's talk about the Globetrotter. The Globetrotter was really built and designed for marine use, but it can be used for just about anything where you have a limitation of kind of how far you need to run your cables. So like if you were doing a fixed mount, building installation, a Globetrotter might potentially be a really good fit for you. But specific to why we developed it for mobile internet use, it was for the marine industry. So if you have a sailboat or something, 20, 30, 40 foot, 50 foot mast, and you want to, get a cellular connection up as high as possible, every 10 feet of vertical gain can improve your signal strength by 100%. So let's use that beautiful mast we've got there to get our cellular antenna and our mobile router way up in the air. So the Globetrotter bundles are designed, typically pretty much all of them have a dome of some sort in the bundles. And that dome will be mounted up high, and down from there, a single cable. There's a bunch of different mounting options, but it's a single Ethernet cable, will provide power to this device. It has all of the cellular and Wi-Fi antennas integrated into this dome, and down you will go down into the cabin area where you can hook this up to your house batteries and power the entire device. The Globetrotter, many of the Globetrotter bundles also have remote SIM injectors, so you can actually insert SIM cards from down in the cabin, so you never have to go up and service this device up on the mast. So Globetrotter is, it can be multi-modem or single modem depending on the Globetrotter designation, but the key kind of use case for Globetrotter is, okay, I am in a marine application or somewhere where I have a long distance I have to run cables, and I want to make sure I have to run as few cables as possible, and I want to go up there as little as possible because it's really hard to get up there. That is what the Globetrotter is best suited for. A popular question we get with all of these bundles is it 5G? And one of the big reasons why we're refilming this video is 2 years ago, we told folks 5G's, it's really just not there yet. We're seeing some cool stuff, millimeter waves out here, but it only works in cities. And it's been 2 years since we filmed that last video, so 5G is here, and it's actually starting to become something that's pretty darn good. They formally retired the 3G network, and that opened up a lot of capacity for certain carriers to sort of move some of the 4G frequencies up into the 5G territories and start rolling out nationwide 5G. So 5G is a super cool thing. Everyone, oh, well, then I just need 5G. Well, like what we talked about before, multiple connections might be more important than a single really fast connection. So the Ultimate Road Warrior, for example, is very, very, it's priced almost exactly the same as the Speed Demon 5G. So a lot of our customers are like, oh, so I have to decide between one super fast connection or two 4G connections that are not 5G in the Ultimate Road Warrior. What's best for me? If I had to pick between those two bundles, I would go with the 4G technology solution because I'd rather have two good, stable 4G connections over one single 5G connection. But what if I had Starlink? Okay, now I have Starlink, so I can balance out my single 5G connection. Okay, maybe this is an option for me, but if I have Starlink and it's super fast, I could get 3 connections with this, even though it's 4G. So I lose out on 5G, but I get more than 1 connection. So that's a choice. You could go here, just get multiple 5G connections, but again, that's going to jack up your price. This is what I run in my RV, but I'm in the industry. That may not be a fit for you, or maybe it is, depending on what you're doing with internet. I tell folks all the time, time's money. And if you're messing around with your internet connection and you're not just doing what you need to get done, it's probably something you want to look at. Invest in something that's going to give you your time back, because your time's more valuable than anything else. All right, so let's talk about what you get inside of these bundles now that we've talked about all the designations. So you obviously get the mobile router. We've talked about that. You get a roof antenna, and there are some choices on the roof antenna side. We'll go over some of the kind of high-level stuff. And then you get a DC direct power wire that is fused. And we manufacture these directly, so that is specific to mobilemusthave.com. In addition to that, you also get sort of the included stuff that you would get with any mobile router, and that includes a standard power cord, so an AC power cord. This one you can wire directly up to your house batteries. Typically these will accept anywhere from 12 to 30 volts. Some of them will actually accept up to 56 volt if you have a 48 volt power system. So just check that specification sheet inside of each of the, whatever model you're looking at or whatever bundle you're looking at. In addition to the AC power cord, you will also get small cellular and Wi-Fi, what we call stubby antennas. They're the small ones here, so that you can get this up and running and test it without messing around with installing the roof antenna while you kind of really figure out that this is going to work for you. Those small antennas also allow the device to be portable. And then there's a bunch of optional accessories. You can get optional battery packs that'll power these for complete remote access solutions, optional, DC fused power blocks if you're looking to power multiple devices. Each bundle will have different options that kind of are specifically catered to improve that bundle for each of our customers. Another option you'll see under our mobile internet bundles is access to high gigabyte cellular data plans. Now, we have relationships with either resellers, folks that have access to legacy data plans that are no longer available, or direct wholesalers that are authorized to wholesale specific data plans directly through the carriers. And there are no contracts with those data plans. You pick them up from mobilemusthave.com, you prepay for 30 days, you keep it for as long as you want. It'll auto bill you, or you can cancel it at any time. We highly recommend for folks that are new to the mobile internet community to pick up one of the included data plans or the optional data plans in your mobile internet bundle. It will dramatically improve the likelihood that you're going to get everything set up and have everything working when you're going through the kind of learning phase and you're learning everything, because we're going to be able to support everything from start to finish. But the vast majority of what we can do is we can make sure you're on a data plan that is compatible with these devices. If you hop into a Verizon or T-Mobile or whatever store, you're going to be hearing the word unlimited a lot. It's unlimited, it's unlimited, it's unlimited. These are folks that are traditionally selling phones. And if you read into most of the fine print, unlimited will get you up to 10, 15, maybe 20, 30, sometimes even 100 gigabytes of unlimited, and 100's a decent amount. But to give you an idea, like someone who's heavily using the internet, watching Netflix, streaming a lot, they're going to use about 5 to 8 gigabytes a day. So if it's unlimited, but then at 15 gigabytes, it throttles you way down to like dial-up speeds, we kind of know that customer is going to love their modem for like 2 to 3 days, and then they're going to call us and say it doesn't work. It is not us, it's not our product, it is the data plan that you have. So that's why we recommend to folks that it's usually easiest to pick up a data plan with us, even if it's just for a short period of time. Get to know your system, maybe you keep it, maybe you decide to go somewhere else. That's okay too, but you get everything up and running and you know that you have a high capacity, high gigabyte data plan that can get you off to the races with no contract. Now, once you're a bit more experienced and you're figuring this out, then we also have access to carrier direct data plans and all of the information you need to learn what the latest and greatest and best data plans are out there through our partnership with the Mobile Internet Resource Center. Now, if you look at the memberships on our website at membership.mobilemusthave.com, those memberships are going to give you access to a lot of things: hardware discounts, discounts on these data plans, monthly discounts, so your bill's going to go down every month, but it's also going to give you access to the Mobile Internet Resource Center. The Mobile Internet Resource Center has an entire section dedicated just to data plans. And if you go to that and then you click on router data plans, it has an entire section dedicated to just plans on data plans that will work on these devices. And trust me, they have done all of the research. It's extensive. It's a pain in the butt. That's why we partner with them, because we can't keep up with it all, to make sure that you know what the latest, greatest, and best deals are out there to get yourself the best possible data plan with the best carrier, with the highest capacity data for the best rate. Okay, so you've got the basics. You understand Full Timer, Speed Demon, Road Warrior, Ultimate Road Warrior, Globe Trotter. Which lane is right for you? So from this point, there's a lot of technology differences in the different bundles. So, you know, as of the time of filming this, there's the Speed Demon Cat 20, there's the Speed Demon 5G. What's the difference between Cat 20 and 5G? Make sure you check out that educational video. That's going to tell you a lot about the technology differences. But if you've already checked out those two videos, hop over to the listing page for the specific bundle you're looking for and watch the specific video for that bundle. Because there's so many choices, we really try to have customers start here, understand what each of the lanes are so they know, okay, I think I really need the Ultimate Road Warrior. And then you can narrow your choices down to 1, 2 choices. And then from there, you can watch the specific videos on the different options inside of that model group and know what's a good fit or best fit for you. All right, folks, thank you so much for watching and for sitting with me while we talk through the various bundle options available for mobile internet. As always, you can hop over to mobilemusthave.com, and in the bottom right-hand corner, you can start up a chat with one of our experts if you have any questions about our products or mobile internet bundles. You can also email us at info@mobilemusthave.com, or if you really want to hop on the phone with us, you can do that as well. You can hop over to talk.mobilemusthave.com. There's a form there which will allow you to schedule a consultation with one of our experts, and we'll help answer any questions you have about our mobile internet bundles or anything else that we've got at mobilemusthave.com. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you on the road.